guys, my name is Barbara with BPI Sports and Clean Creations Healthy Meals Delivered, and we're showing you guys how to make 5 healthy holiday sides that will definitely not rack up the calories this holiday season. It's definitely a time when people splurge and indulge, but guess what? You don't have to. You can actually eat clean through the holidays and still enjoy every single bite. In this recipe, we're going to be showing you how to make a butternut squash bisque. It's delicious, it's roasted, it's full of veggies. Soups are really delicious during the cold seasons when it starts to get chilly outside, but they tend to be really high in sodium, so the best way to get around that is just to make one yourself. Sounds like it would be complicated to make your own soup, but I'm going to show you how simple and easy it really is. So here's the ingredients you're going to need for our butternut squash bisque. Low sodium chicken broth, sea salt and cracked black pepper, dry rubbed sage, we've got some fresh sage leaves to garnish, yellow onions, celery, we've got some carrots that are already peeled, ready to be diced. Same thing with our garlic, already peeled, ready to be diced. And then our butternut squash we've already roasted in advance. So we just roasted this down for about an hour and 30 minutes at 375. We did a nice drizzle of olive oil on top. Make sure you spray your foil sheet for easy cleanup. Cracked black pepper on top, little sea salt, and get it nice and roasted to where your butternut squash is knife tender, so you can see my knife goes right in there. You'll also need extra virgin olive oil, oil spray, and as far as utensils go, you'll need a blender to puree. You'll also need a foiled baking sheet, a big pot so we can cook down our onions and garlic, and just a good sharp knife. All right guys, let's get this recipe started. The first thing we want to do is chop up all of our vegetables and get those sauteing down. I already have my boiling pot behind me on a low simmer with a little bit of olive oil at the bottom, just getting that nice and warm for when we're ready to transfer these vegetables in. All right, so we'll just do a rough chop on these, and all these seasonings and fresh herbs together, really gonna make for one delicious soup. All right, so we've got our onions and our garlic done. And these ingredients are really gonna create the base for any good holiday side or any kind of soup or rice dish. All right, so just rough chop on that celery. This is gonna be cooked down, it's gonna get nice and tender. The predominant flavor that you're gonna taste in this bisque is your butternut squash, but these are the ingredients that create that base, which really marries all the flavors together. So awesome, so this looks good. I'm ready to take this to my boiling pot. We're gonna saute these down with a little bit of olive oil. I already have my pot simmering, so let's bring it over there and get these veggies cooked. This boiling pot, we just wanna simmer all of our vegetables down. This is our base for our bisque. So we just wanna simmer these down. I'm gonna give them a quick seasoning. Our cracked black pepper. I like this cracked black pepper in this particular recipe because it's a little more coarse. And because the butternut squash is kind of sweet, we want that cracked pepper flavor. It's gonna kind of balance it out. And if you have kids that maybe don't like veggies so much, this is a great way to get the veggies in because all these together just make for a beautiful creamy bisque. All right, so our main focus here with the vegetables, really anytime you're cooking these, we're sweating them out. We just want a good translucent look on those onions. So our vegetables are looking great. They're getting nice and translucent. We're gonna add that dried rubbed sage. And the rubbed sage really gives a good complement to our butternut squash. So now that our vegetables are cooked down, we're gonna go ahead and add in our roasted butternut squash. This is perfect. As this is starting to simmer, I'm gonna add in a little bit of the chicken broth. And this is a low sodium chicken broth. Perfect, so we'll just let this simmer for right about 10 minutes and then we'll puree. Okay, so our vegetables are getting nice and cooked down, and the chicken broth that we added earlier is almost cooked out, which is what we want. And if you can take your spatula and slice through the carrots and the celery, you know that it's ready to go. All right, so we're gonna remove this from the heat. We're gonna start to puree this bisque. So the thing about a bisque is it's a little thicker than a soup, but it's entirely up to your preference what consistency you want. We'll see how that looks first. So let's go ahead and blend it at a low speed. All right, so that was our first go around. Let's open it up and check it out. Let's check out that consistency and see if it's where we want it. This is still looking a little thick, so I want it to slide off of our spatula. So we're gonna go with a little more chicken broth to loosen it up. If for some reason you happen to add too much chicken broth, you can always cook down more vegetables or even add potatoes to this. You won't really have that potato flavor, but it will thicken it up. So that's always an option. If you don't want to add dairy or anything like that, you can always add more veggies. All right, I think this is gonna be perfect, guys. Yes, it looks amazing. So you can see it's just like a good bisque would be, dairy-free, gluten-free. All right, let's go ahead and plate this up. All right, so we've got our butternut squash soup completely pureed, ready to be plated up. Perfect consistency, perfect. All right, and we're gonna garnish it with fresh sage leaves and a little bit of cracked pepper on top. All right, guys, there you have it. Our roasted butternut squash bisque. For more nutrition tips and healthy recipes just like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel or check us out on bpisports.com. My name's Barbara with BPI Sports, and I'll see you guys next time.